What is good, YouTube? It's AJ Boogie, and I'm bringing that JBA. We gotta talk about Chicago and the Seattle Ballers. Let's address it right away. Chicago coach Eddie Denard. This guy needs to be fired ASAP. There is no reason that he should have put his hands on another kid, on another player, 2 times, and then he headbutted him. And then he started taunting him, calling him names. I'm sure you guys heard what he called him. It wasn't anything nice. Coach Eddie Denard basically bullied Montrell Dixon. He's got to go. He's got to be gone. I don't care. Don't give me the it's tough love, it's tough coaching. I don't want to hear that. He put his hands on a player. He did it 2 times and then he headbutted him. I was waiting for a fight to break out. There's no reason. That coach Denard, he basically initiated everything, putting his hands on him, headbutting him, calling him names. He got chest to chest with him. He got face to face with him. I was ready for a fight to start. Let me ask you this question. If Montrell Dixon would have thrown a punch or pushed that coach away from him, do you think Coach Denard would have fought back? I don't see why he wouldn't have. He initiated everything. I got a problem with Coach Denard. Not only was his team losing, I understand he was frustrated, but he was getting out-coached all night. And then he had to take it out on one of his players. I've been on Twitter and I've been seeing fine, suspend him, he owes an apology, he doesn't know anything. He needs to be gone. Give him his paycheck, get him out. Not a good look for the JBA. For all the people who say that's tough love, that's tough coaching, I don't have a problem with it. You would have a problem with it if that was you. If you were Montrell Dixon and a coach did that to you and you're on TV, you're on Facebook Live for everybody to see you getting bullied and that's all fine and dandy with you, yeah, stop lying. It was just an all-around ugly day for the Chicago Ballers. Kezo Brown, where are you? 1 for 11. I gotta have more from you. I didn't like Kezo's performance at all. Throw away the 0 for 11, the 1 for 11. Throw it away. He's one of those guys where if he can't get it going offensively, if he has an off-scoring night, it affects his whole game. And I can't stand that in players. I can't stand that as a coach. There were too many times offensively he would miss a shot, jog back on defense, and virtually play no defense. He would just stand there. And it wasn't even good defense. It wasn't even standing there good defense. At least get in the way. He was just an object. He was just a roadblock. He absolutely killed the Chicago Ballers last night. It looked like it was 6-on-4. He doesn't have much court awareness. There was one time, it was before the end of the first half, I believe. Chicago could have held it for 1 shot. He got the ball. What did he do? 1 dribble, pull up. Seattle gets a fresh 24 and they score right before the half. I haven't been impressed once yet with Kezo Brown's talent and his attitude especially. The only time Kezo Brown had energy was when he had the ball in his hands, and that was it. If Coach Eddie Denard should have put his hands on any player, it should have been Kezo Brown with his effort, with his attitude last night. Disgraceful. Chicago needs to have a team meeting, and they got to go heart to heart. They need to get out everything. They need to put everything out on the table. They need to figure out where they're going. They don't have an identity. Let's talk about the good now. Dion Lyle, he is Chicago's best player. Dion Lyle finished with 27 points on 8 of 17 shooting. He finished with 6 assists and 8 rebounds, which is pretty good for a guard. Harrison Rieger with a nice game. 5 of 9 shooting, 6 rebounds. He came off the bench for some reason, which I don't understand. Harrison's been about the only consistent Chicago baller. You know he's going to give it to you every night. He's going to give you everything he's got, and he's going to play within the team. I think Chicago's got a lot of ego, and he's one of the few on that team who doesn't have an ego, who just wants to play, who just wants to win. Montrell Dixon had an excellent game. 19 points on 7 of 11 shooting. 13 rebounds with a double-double. I like this kid. He's got a high motor. He plays with a lot of heart and he's very athletic. He's probably the highest jumper the JBA has to offer. He can fly. It's unfortunate that the story of the game, the focus is around him, Montrell Dixon, who had a very nice game. But now we're talking about how he got bullied. Just incredible. Can't believe it. I gotta quit talking about Chicago. My tongue's getting more sour the more I talk about them. Let's talk about Seattle Ballers. Seattle's an excellent team. You know what they bring to the table. They're bringing scoring, they're bringing athletes, and they're bringing defense. Another thing that Seattle brought that I absolutely loved, they brought heart. They brought intensity. There were two plays that stood out to me during this game. Seattle was shooting a free throw. They missed the free throw. Jarrell Springer got the rebound. Kick out for a three, bucket. To get an offensive rebound, you gotta work. You gotta have heart. You gotta have discipline. They did it 2 times. The second time, same situation. Someone shot a free throw. Seattle got the offensive rebound, kicked out, almost dribbled and lost it out of bounds. Jarrell Springer again saved it, threw it behind his back for another 3-pointer. And this play was a perfect example of Kezo Brown not bringing that intensity. The shot was up and he was boxing out Springer. The ball was bouncing out of bounds. He let Springer go. Springer hustled after it, got it, threw it behind his head because that's all the time he had, got it to a shooter, banged it for a 3. Seattle had a new kid on their team, Capri Uzan. I don't know much about this kid, but he played for the same school as Jarrell Springer. So Springer probably told him, hey, get this kid, he can ball. He came off the bench and finished with 27 points. Shot 10 of 19 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3-point range. He's got a nice 3-point shot. He can shoot it in rhythm. He's not one of the players that has to force it up. He can genuinely shoot it. I like this guy too. He's got a lot of swag whenever he plays, and he's tough. There was one time he shot a 3-pointer from the wing, turned around and started running back on defense before it went in like he was Steph Curry. He got the same result as a Curry 3-pointer. Swish. Great game from him. Jarrell Springer, another great game. JaMychal Morgan, another great game. Jarrell Springer finished with 25 points, 9 boards, 4 assists. JaMychal Morgan finished with 26, 5 and 3. These two guys are probably going to be all-stars for Seattle. They're their 2 best players. 2 tough guys, 2 tough defensively guys, 2 guys who can create their own shots. They make the job easier for Seattle. Seattle took the win 115 to Chicago's 97, and it wasn't even close from the second half on. Not even close. Time for grades. I'm just going to give it a whole grade. Everything accounted for. F. F, F, F. And it's from Chicago. It's from head coach Eddie Denard. It was an alright game. Very physical, up and down, good pace, good scoring. But after that, an automatic F. That's a shame to say. You know how much I love the JBA and want it to succeed. But I can't do it. I call it how I see it, and that's something I don't stand for. Fire head coach Eddie Denard. Get him out now. That's all the heat I got for today. Like, comment, subscribe to the Boogie Squad. AJ Boogie, and I'm out. Boom!